It's a podcast from that steam-powered giraffe. It's the Bennettarium. Well, we got all three robot performers on the show. It's called the Bennettarium. Oh yeah, it's the Bennettarium, and it's starting right now. Hello, people with ears.
Whoa, got it in there.
Welcome to the Bennettarium.
Check it.
I am your hostess, Isabella Bunny Bennett, and
Shalom.
I play Rabbit and Gigi the Giraffe.
Oh.
In Steam Powered Giraffe.
Yeah.
And over here we have one of our hosts.
Oh, yes, one of the hosts.
You can be a hostess if you want.
I would like to be a hostess today. I'd like to be the hostess with the mostest. And my name is Brian Barber, and I play Zero in Steam Powered
Do your
Giraffe.
Zero voice.
I don't want to go with the tide. I want to go against the grain.
Right. Okay, let's see if David can go against both our tides.
Why is this out?
Because I was fanning myself with it because it was so hot.
Ooh.
And we have a third host, or you can be a hostess if you want, whatever floats your boat. And they are about to introduce themselves.
lady.
I bet you can't guess who it is.
Hi, my name's David Michael Bennett,
Whoa!
and I play the Spine in the band Steam Powered Giraffe.
So first things first.
Let's just get through these Bennettarium questions.
We all saw.
really?
I wanted to kind of talk about. We haven't talked about Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Oh,
Y'all see
did
it?
you see Spider-Man?
Yes.
I saw
it.
Spider-Man.
So we can talk about
it's
it.
not Homecoming.
Oh, sorry.
Spider-Man Far From Home. Far From Away.
Far from
Far From
Homecoming.
Away. Far From a Homecoming.
Yeah, Far from
Far From
Homecoming.
Home.
I thought it was enjoyable. I think the Spider-Man movies are fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, it wasn't my favorite, but I mean, it was a good time. I like the kids.
Yeah.
Good actors.
Tom Holland is an excellent Spider-Man, and I think some of the Mysterio stuff is some of the cooler stuff that I've seen. And it's the coolest way to show off Mysterio. But there's like so much like I don't know teenage angst or something like that in it, and none of it like pays off. I feel like there was too many storylines that they didn't like. I don't know.
It's
The Mysterio part was definitely the highlight for me. Everything
Yeah.
else I was lukewarm on.
Yeah.
cool.
But I like the series so far.
I
like,
didn't
I like
realize
what
I
they're
wasn't
doing
in
with
the shot.
Yeah, Mysterio was cool. I mean, if you're a fan of the comics or even know they're remotely familiar with it,
Yeah.
you know that we were expecting it, and yeah, I was like, okay, yeah, it wasn't a huge shock, but the way they revealed it was kind of
But
cool.
no spoilers, I suppose. I guess it's still in theaters, right?
Yeah, it's Mysterio.
It's good. I mean, the ending was okay. I mean, and since then we've gotten all the reveals. What do you guys think of all the properties they're releasing?
I'm tired.
I think their next movies is Black Widow. So I'm like, yeah, that I get something that just is a little more detached from everything would be nice.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I hope they go in a different direction with it, and I don't know. Let's see what this. I mean, they built up so much storyline. Now it's like, what next? Like,
They
what
just
do you?
they have to go small again. They have to go like. I'm excited for the Multiverse of Madness with Doctor Strange.
Ooh,
They're
that
touting it
looks
as the first
exciting.
horror Marvel movie.
Yeah.
We get Jane Foster as female Thor. I hope she'll channel some of her V for Vendetta charisma because I
There we
thought she was
go.
pretty good in that one.
Yeah.
And also, so Valkyrie is now king of Asgard, and she's going to be looking for her queen. So they have confirmed it's going to be the first LGBT,
cool,
main
right on.
character. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
kinda
yeah,
cool. That's
right
kind
on.
of cool, and it's directed by Taika Waititi.
Yeah.
I hear
which is amazing.
the lady who played Sif wants to be the queen.
I mean, that would be pretty.
Is she alive?
She's alive,
No, like the actress wants to do
but
it.
the
Yeah,
character
yeah.
is alive. Yeah.
The character.
No,
is
the
alive, yeah?
character's dead.
Did she die?
I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure they all
The
died.
Warriors
Helia?
3 are dead.
Yeah,
Helia
yeah.
killed her. I can't remember.
So she can't do that. Then. You can't play that game. Then.
Oh, well.
Well, she wants to do a different new character.
Okay, alright.
There's so much. There's like the Loki series. There's all the TV stuff. I don't know what I'm most excited about. I just think I just want something new and refreshing.
Yeah. I just want X-Men to be good.
Yeah.
I want a good X-Men story.
I hope they don't
That's really what I want.
I hear
More than anything.
Ryan Reynolds was kind of like hinting that Deadpool might be
Yo,
in the next phase.
Deadpool,
That would be the perfect
Even though
way to do it.
they've denied it.
Oh, he's 100%
Oh, of course
coming.
they got it. They have to keep denying it.
He's like the one out of all the Sony.
He could come in.
No, exactly.
He could,
Do-
and he
do
could
it
even
well.
joke about it too. Like, you know, like
Yeah.
it would be perfect for them if they did
could
that.
do that well for sure.
But I think you're right. Like if they do X-Men, I hope they don't just start off at the school already. I hope they bring the characters together, because that one's like it's not like, the thing is like the Avengers, they're not. It's not as family focused. Like they are a family, but like Fantastic Four and X-Men have always been like, that's their family. They live together.
For sure. I would like to see the original. Like I would like to see Beast, like Angel, Iceman, Storm, and Cyclops. Like I'd like to see
Is
that.
this last X-Men movie? Is that the last one, or
That's the last one
I
from
don't
Fox.
know, but I'm so sick of those movies. I'm so sick of them.
They could. They're not. I mean, they're not going to do X-Men anytime soon. I don't think. They're probably going to wait till Phase 5.
it's
Fantastic
going to be
Four.
like, oh, there'll be a new Wolverine and he'll make a cameo in a movie or something.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I'm hoping they just do like a series almost. I'd prefer it as a series. So you could do, give me a couple seasons. Give me like the First Class. Give me the Magneto story. Give me like Sinister, Apocalypse, and then wrap it all up in something. Like, but I don't need to see 75 X-Men movies and then like origin movies. I don't need to see that again.
I don't think
You know
anyone
what I'm
wants to
saying?
see that.
Like,
No.
I want, like, they're gonna have a streaming service. Like, it's a perfect thing.
I don't think
for a
X-Men
streaming
works
series.
with solo movies. A lot of the characters, they need to play off each other.
Yeah, for
and,
sure,
And
for
they need to
sure.
get a good writer that can
Except for
do good
Wolverine.
dialogue.
Yeah, Wolverine can do whatever he wants.
Oh yeah, that movie was super popular, wasn't it?
Well, he's like
What,
he's
the last one? Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I mean,
Yeah.
the X-Men Origins. I meant.
No, but Logan was really good.
It was really good.
because
yeah.
he's like the most tragic character, like
Plus he's
superhero
had-
of all
He's
time.
had tons of solo comics and stuff too.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sure other X-Men have.
He stands alone. He's
And
a
it's Hugh
unique-
Jackman. Come
for
on,
sure.
like,
Well, yeah, but the character in general, I'm like,
All right. Well, we got the Marvel stuff out of the way.
So Hope asks, what's your favorite childhood stuffed animal, and do you still have it?
no, I don't have it. Definitely not.
I
we
don't
definitely
still
don't
have
have
it. I got it. I'm sneezing.
Ooh,
We had
salud.
these bears, Bunny and I, and I
They
think
were
that's
sun
what I had.
bears.
They're called Sun Bears. Is that the
Yeah,
company?
I actually found the company that made them. I can't remember it, but I got one, and it's a pink one. I didn't have a pink one when I was a kid, but I had a brown one, and you had a
Tan one.
Yeah.
I remember I wanted like the white one, but parents wouldn't let us get it.
Oh, dang.
Probably because it was like it was either too effeminate or it was too it's gonna get dirty real fast.
Yeah.
It was one of those, one of the two. And
Well, I got a pink one, but now Sandwiches uses it to knead, and it's pretty torn up. So she likes it because it's really soft.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think I had an Elmo that I liked. That's about it. Nothing
Tickle Me Elmo?
No, just like regular Elmo. Tickle Me Elmo wasn't around then. Just a regular like, Elmo.
I know we had a Mickey Mouse at one time.
It was probably one
Remember
of my
that.
favorite ones. I liked the Muppets a lot when I was a kid.
Muppets were
In
great.
general, yeah.
Except you're talking. Well, I guess he's technically a Muppet.
Yeah, for sure.
But he was on Sesame Strats.
Yeah, but he's Jim Henson creation.
AJ asks specifically for Bunny, do you do art for people other than the band? Example, commissioned artwork. I think you said you did that kind of work at some point, as well as graphic design. For example, if someone made a kid's book or a comic and wanted you to illustrate it, are you open to that kind of work? Sounds like they're fishing for someone to draw their.
I can't. I mean,
book.
I do. I do occasionally, but usually it's just I'm so busy. Like, I try to be careful with commissions because they end up never getting done, and I just end up refunding the people their money. So I just don't have the time right now. I have, of course, yeah. There's a couple children's books out there and books that I've illustrated for, none that I'm too proud of, so I won't advertise them. But yeah, no, I paid the bills back in the day, and every once in a while I will, if I have time, I will take commissions, but it hasn't happened in a while.
Muggs shortly asks, and this is their name is Kelsey. Are Red Core and the main SPG comic still being worked on? Any idea when the next installation could come? Maybe sometime after the album is finished?
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that. I was so yesterday I re-listened to all the radio adventures, and I'm like, yeah, these are pretty good. I bet we could do even better. I want to continue the radio adventures.
I like that too,
and that kind of ties in just because it's like these side projects. Yeah, I do want to. I did do last year. I did make another page for Red Core. I really need to get back on it. And we do have plans for the SPG comic, but it's hard to have your hands in so many things, and like it's just like, what do we focus on? And I just finished moving, and I'm trying to make money, and like the stuff that doesn't make money, like the comics and stuff, like that always falls by the wayside. But I haven't forgotten about it. Constantly thinking about it.
And like the part that involves like me or back in the day Sam and stuff, like, you know, that stuff was already worked on. So, you know, it's more just like when the artwork.
Yeah, if
done.
like everyone in the band was like gung ho about it, and like we wanted to focus on that, then totally like it would get done. But I mean,
it all falls on
me,
Bunny, because you have to do all the
The
art.
artist.
I mean,
Yeah.
we have had help coloring and stuff.
Well, we wanted
Yeah.
to, the last thing we wanted to do with the comic was put it up on, I think it was called Comixology, like make little digital comics and stuff. So maybe, and I still have a couple. I was doing designs for like Zero and stuff, and me for like little one-shot comics. So, you know, never say never. I just need to find the right time, and right now we're just deep in album work and the touring season. But
Yeah,
thanks
I mean-
for your interest. Please spread it and show people, because
I think we already know kind of where the comic is going and stuff. It's just
Yeah.
putting,
We might-
putting it down into
sure.
into something is a lot more work than just coming up with all the ideas and
for sure.
the story.
Right. It's hard. It's hard to get it completed by yourself.
Angela asks, this comes from their username, Twin Hellcat. You guys are giving us tons of goodies through Patreon that we love. Chats, Bennettarium viewing, behind-the-scenes details. However, I was curious about your thoughts on releasing karaoke versions of some of the more popular songs. No, never. At that one point, we used to keep saying, you never know, someday. But no, the real answer is no, never.
Oh.
There's been enough stuff, like, people asking us over the years. It takes away from the band. Like, we're not popular enough for people to not know that, oh, you're singing over someone else's music. You know what I mean?
I get
It
that.
just-
Yeah,
it's-
we've talked about it for years, and like we see the benefits, and it's just like,
And we see smaller artists. I see smaller artists releasing their backing tracks and stuff, anything like without their vocals and stuff. And like maybe that's great for them, but like we're also in the spot where we're like, well, we have a big enough fandom where, you know, like enough people would do it that someone would. It's basically just.
Yeah. You're setting yourself up.
Yeah, it's just not a good path to go down. I mean,
Yeah. we decided we didn't decide. We talked about like, oh, maybe if we re-recorded it with different instruments and stuff, like made it sound a little crappier. But then that's just more work to go into it. There was a time we were considering it, but that was during when we didn't have a lot of projects going, and
yeah.
no, it's not going to happen.
And we've talked to the band, even back. Because people started asking back when John was in the band.
And that's the thing. Like, most of the sing along stuff, they do like give you like a kind of a crappy version.
Yeah,
and
100%.
If we wanted to do it, we would do that. We would make it specifically so it sounds like a sing along.
Like the stuff we have now, like
on a Casio?
it would literally
Yeah.
be like, you know, taking out our vocals on the mix that we have and,
Exactly.
and giving it to you so you can put your own vocals.
But
And
good question.
it feels wrong.
Good question. And yeah, we encourage everyone to like, you know, definitely cover our songs, post them on YouTube. It's always fun.
Yeah, figuring them out yourself, basically. Is
And
how
we
I would
do
say.
offer some chord sheets on Patreon. So yeah.
Yeah, for some of the more popular ones, the ones that are easy. There's more
A
complexity.
challenge.
You can find them online too. Like, but you can see that we do offer them on Patreon.
I
if
saw
you're
someone ask
interested.
somewhere online more recently about like, oh, do you have bass tabs and stuff? We get that all stuff. Like, no, we don't have anything like that's very specific. Like,
Yeah.
here's the solo section and stuff. But that's because a lot of us play by ear, and even if we did turn it into tabulature or anything like that, you know, it would be hard to market the
sure,
time to do
yeah.
that. But yeah, I definitely encourage people to figure stuff out.
It's a
on their own,
challenge.
Yeah. I mean, that's just because that's the way I do it. I
It's
mean,
good for your ear.
I mean, you can find chords for anything like online, and
Yeah.
in our songs, I suppose, since we do have most of them. Well, some of the older ones, more popular ones, basically.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, and if you're a Patreon member, you can request them. I've seen people request songs we already have, so that's why they haven't had any new ones. But if it's a specific song that you can't figure out, let us know on Patreon. And there's that. We have a few more questions. Should we just go through these?
Yeah, might as well.
Abby asks, if you were to switch lives for a day with someone else at the podcast table, what do you think would be the most difficult challenge you face? What would be the easiest?
Jesus.
Well, other than the obvious things, I believe.
What do you
let's just get it there.
what do you want, David? Do you want to be trans and deal with that, or you want to be
You'll be a
black
large
and
black
deal with
man.
I've never envied anyone else, and that's not in a way that I think my life's so great.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
I'm used to the cards I've been dealt.
I would say
Word.
like it would be fun to be Brian for like maybe a day and just to see what it's like to be
funny,
and just his voice,
be-
you know,
to
it'd be
be
cool to
loved by all.
to play around with his voice for a little bit.
Yeah.
But then I have like
So
crippling
s-
dysphoria and I'd be
Yeah.
depressed. So no longer than a day, please.
superficial stuff out of that way. I think it'd be interesting to see how other people experience.
Yes,
the
so you
world.
have
Oh, for
perspective.
sure, 100%.
Because I'm like, no one wants to be in my body. Like
Yours
Yeah.
would be
hate
the
everything.
easy. Yours would be the easy body.
Well, if I want to
Yeah.
become a CEO of a company or anything like that, I mean, I've got the skin color for it.
I don't know. It's like that. Like that stuff interests me like 100%. Like just like this, like the social aspect of it. Like,
Yeah.
oh, like how do people look? How do this? Like that's like that's you know.
it's
I
cr-
Also,
it's crazy.
look, but we're also like how you're raised and stuff. So if it's one of
Yeah.
those, oh, you're trading lives. Are you trading brains too? Because
no.
it
Oh,
was way
yeah. I don't know.
That,
yeah.
it can't really happen. I mean, if it was,
Yeah.
if a brain transplant was
Yeah.
somehow
Which
possible,
Which tra-
you'd
yeah. Have you ever seen Face Off?
you'd have.
that's the
Face.
I don't think that would.
So
It
if it's
works
ju- I don't think
perfectly.
if it's just appearances,
It works
then
perfectly.
take your face
You
off
look,
and put
look,
on, David.
Look, here's my thing. Look, look, John Travolta and Nicolas Cage are not the same height. They are not the same weight. But if you take their face and put they look exactly the same. Did you not see that movie? It was amazing. We'll do that technology.
There we go.
Face.
I like there's an American Dad episode where Steve and Roger trade faces and this Steve's face just stretches over Roger's skull, so it's really weird looking, and then Roger's face the skin has so much more skin, so it's just kind of flopping back over his head.
Merck asks if you were given a grant of unlimited funds with a specific caveat that the funds must be used to purchase robots. What?
Oh,
So
Mark.
maybe the question should be.
Yes.
This isn't a question. This is demand.
No.
Maybe the question should just be what robot? If you could get a free robot, because basically they're giving us money that we get to look at for a while.
Like what robot would we
and
create?
they're like, but we have to buy robots.
Buy a robot?
What robot available now or within the next year would you buy and why? I guess the newest Roomba, but I would
don't-
never spend. My
I don't
own
know
money
what
on
robots are available. I don't know.
The Boston,
Boston.
the Boston, the jumping robot who could do a flip.
There's no
That's,
like.
that's the one I'd buy.
There's no
And
robots
I'd-
with legs
And
available.
I'd throw
right?
knives on his hands,
We're just gonna break down this. We're gonna break this question
and
because
he'd
it's
be
gonna
my
be like
security guard.
I would buy a robot so I can turn around and sell it and get the money.
No, I would buy a super nice drone or something like that.
I mean, if I could get
And
like
sell it and keep the money.
if it's like an intelligent robot assistant, like we're talking like 20, 30 years, then that'd
No,
be cool.
It says within the next year.
I don't know what robots are available, but yeah, maybe a Roomba.
that's my
the new
answer.
Roombas, the
the
ones that
the
can-
Boston flippy guy with knives on his hands.
There you go.
That's my answer, Merc.
I'm trying to think of what the spirit of the question is. A Roomba. I would get because those Roombas are like $1,000, and I'm like, that's way too much for a vacuum. Mine was like less than the 200.
Yeah, but like, is there like a nice new Roomba? Like,
Yeah,
like
like
a
it-
smart Roomba.
yeah, it scans your whole room and it knows your walls. Where the ones like
Yeah, I
the
got
one
a
that I
cheap
have here
one,
is
yeah.
like
Those
it
are like
just kind of bounces all around.
Mine's like second or third generation. It's still good. It's just not great.
it doesn't like have a virtual eye of the house.
I've got a dirt duster devil.
I have one of those too.
You know, I have a vacuum here, and then I said, oh, but I got the Roomba if you want to ever use it, and no one uses the vacuum. Everyone uses the Roomba.
Yeah, because the room is way easier.
Yeah, because you don't have to do
some-
anything.
there's so- there-
it
I-
takes longer, but it's
There is one. I have one rug that the Roomba can't go over, and I don't know why. He just turns off and never.
He's
He won't
just-
go on if he's
Ours
on the
gets
rug.
stuck under the refrigerator. He like,
Yeah.
and he just gets.
I want to put
Whoa,
googly eyes on.
He sounds
Roomba.
stupid. I'll have the Boston Dynamics guy with the dirt devil, please.
you
He
go.
can jump on my couch and clean with the dirt devil, so he's better than your Roomba, and he has knife hands.
Natalia asked if you were, say, stranded on a desert island and you could only bring three things. What would three? We get this question a lot.
Yeah.
Well, we've gotten it before.
Well, let's answer it anyway.
No, wait. Someone asked, "What books would you bring?" And I'd be like, "None. Ones that burn well."
Why? I would read.
I guess maybe I would. I'd be like punching myself after I burned them for
yeah.
fire. Or something.
Yeah.
But that's my. I don't think reading would be my first thing it would be survival stuff. See, breaking every
Well,
question.
see, that's the thing. Is like now it's like, do Do you only have like? Is it 3 hypothetical like luxury
And
items?
can these items be ones that are going to get you rescued? Because that would be the
I mean, that's true. Like, yeah, like.
But I don't think that's the spirit of the question.
No, it's not the spirit of the question at all. The spirit of the question is what 3 things you hold dear that you bring on the island?
I don't know. My clothes, something like that. I don't know. It's so hard.
Because,
food. I can't. I can't like
A
not think-
piano. A piano.
like a computer. No, it can't do a computer. Can't do nothing like that.
Yeah,
so
because your phone would last like a
maybe
an
I don't
hour.
know. Like my animal. Can I
And
bring?
let's assume all the food
Can I
is
bring a
rotten.
person? I don't know. Like there's no objects I definitely need. You know, other than if it's not survival based.
Maybe that culls out the list then. Then you
Yeah,
can
I
do
don't
that.
really need anything. Like, if I'm going to be stuck on an island, I want to survive. I'm not going to care about material
Okay,
things.
I got it. A piano repairman, and Alicia Keys.
Maybe something to remind me of home, like a necklace or some item that's
You need-
special, but I don't know.
You need some Alicia Keys feed so she keep her alive.
That's what
Maybe some of
I'll
those-
kill the piano repairman.
Maybe some of those giant,
I'll learn his tricks.
I got
and
it.
Kill him, and then I'll feed him to Alicia Keys.
some of those giant Jenga blocks.
Then I'll feed myself to her too.
Those giant Jenga blocks, you know, because you can have a lot of fun on an island.
A giant.
Unless you're stuck
But you're
by
on an
yourself.
island, you can make them. You can make a
It's really hard to think about the island without thinking like, okay, I want something to get myself out of the sun because I die like in a week.
Oh yeah, like
I'm like burst into flames. a big vat of sunscreen.
of SPF 40
and an umbrella.
yeah. umbrella
You're like Marlon Brando in the
and,
the
and a
island
lifetime supply
island
of
Dr.
batteries
Moreau.
for my little.
But see, there
fan.
are people like if we asked the Peniacs, they'd be like, I want my whole book collection or something, and I'd be like, that's dumb. Even though
Yeah, but
books
like,
to them it'd be the
that's-
best thing
but
ever.
3 items, you can't take a whole book collection. I mean,
Okay, so
unless
big books.
Maybe okay. Well, let's
Like
modify
it's-
this question. You're living on an island for the rest of your life.
You hear that, Natalia? We're changing your
Ooh.
question.
I'm just trying to make it easier to digest.
Yes, it's okay.
And it's not. It's like
So we can
it's a
answer it.
tropical paradise,
All right.
but there's no internet, no nothing. You're off the grid because maybe there's like it's like the future is really bad and you just got to disappear.
Okay.
And you're just like, okay, I'm living on this
Okay,
island.
plane ticket back home.
There is no home. America is a Nazi state, and you can't go back.
Maybe I want to live under the regiment. Maybe that's easier than island
Nope,
life.
not possible. There's no escape.
No.
There's no escaping this island. You're
It's
stuck on
because
this
of me.
island.
They won't let you because you're the brother of me, and
So
you know
you-
Brian.
I'll dab my face.
You have correct answer. That was a correct answer. Okay. Next question.
All right, but the tastiest fish are on this
I
island.
want John Travolta's face.
I would get a book that would teach me how to some survival skills, or if I have to, because you're gonna have to gather our own food. And
That's true.
Eat a lot of fish, so
I have to make assumptions.
maybe I'd become a sushi chef. So maybe some sushi.
But this is a
Items.
tropical paradise, so this isn't like
It's
a resort.
not. Yeah, but it's not like a resort. But it's a It's a very bountiful, untapped island that has.
Yeah, just
There's
like-
no smoke monsters.
There's occasional tropical storms you got to be
I
wary
don't
of.
know. There's our polar bears.
There is a house.
Is Mr. Echo there? That's all I care about.
There's an abandoned house. The guy committed suicide
They did him dirty.
because he was so happy he didn't need to live
honestly,
anymore.
they did themselves dirty. Can we just say that?
Well,
they did themselves
No,
dirty.
they killed him off because he wanted
Yeah.
more money.
Yeah, I know. And
Who are you
then,
talking about?
And then what happened to their
Mr.
story?
Echo.
What happened to
Mr.
their story?
They
Huh?
had to like.
Wait,
Well,
what?
Yeah, it went
Mr.
down the drain.
What are you
It went
talking
right
about?
down the drain.
We're talking about Lost.
Oh, I haven't seen Lost.
I'm sorry.
Have you watched all the things?
Yes, of course I watched the whole
It
thing.
was okay.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, other people like loved it.
yeah,
but-
once Mr. Echo left, though, it was the worst. So everything was like, what? Why? Why?
Yeah, they.
But why?
They,
But who?
they
But
had
who?
they had an idea, but they had to
Brian,
shift,
what would you
shift
take?
a few times.
What
to
are your
get
3
through.
items? Have you
A piano. I told you.
That's it.
A piano
Why-
repairman,
Yeah, because
and Alicia Keys.
one.
Okay.
What about
Oh.
like a little?
I mean, that's Alicia Keys is not
you,
an
what about
item.
a okay? What about a Wurlitzer? You wouldn't have power, but it still makes noise even without power.
I don't want that. I want a piano.
just a piano?
I want
Well,
a,
just because it
I want a
you don't
piano
have
with
to tune it.
strings.
You don't really have to tune it or anything. It's like you're hitting the metal.
What about an everlasting taco?
Hey.
That just never ends.
What
You
about
just
a
bite and it's
what
it
about
grows
what
back.
about a taco that has teleportation abilities so you can teleport home?
Wait, is the piano repairman an item?
No,
Oh, dang it.
I don't.
Well then,
That's a person.
piano,
We spent
a piano, and then a book about how to
repair
repair pianos,
and a lifetime
then-
supply of like piano strings.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
I didn't think about that.
Cyanide capsules. A pack of those. What if I don't? What? I don't want to go out like. I don't want to die of like starvation or
You
like.
it's an island. You can jump off a tree or something.
That's not. I don't want to
Well,
break. I break my legs and then suddenly whoever's else on the island has to like take care of me. Like screw that.
There's somebody else on the island.
I don't know.
There's a doctor on the island and he's very skilled.
How about I would take another person because it would suck to be alone on an island. Not because
No, we're all three. All three of us are there.
That's it.
Yeah.
Can I take Chelsea?
Nope.
She's not an item. Yes.
All right, next question.
Okay. Baby Capes asks.
wait, baby capes? Oh, that's a great username, by the way.
They're no longer a patron. I see, but they got this in. They got this in this month though.
Well, you know what? Worth it, baby capes.
So I don't think we've actually interacted with them other than this question. So this is good. I will take this one real serious. Baby Capes.
Can't take it seriously.
It's a funny username.
Such a good name.
Also, their picture is like a cat with like a mouth photoshopped on it, and
That's cool.
pretty funny. Will there be a modulated?
What?
Baby Capes. Hell on. Let's pretend like I didn't do that. Okay. Baby Capes asks, will there be a modulated giraffe sound on the new album like in Captain Alexander, Circuitry, Mecto, More Overdrive, and Level 11? I don't think it was on Circuitry. I think it was just at the end of the album, but I think we did put it on that track. So that's that sound that goes...
We're gonna find a spot where you can't.
So basically, if there's a spot in a song, we did it one time on Mecto More where it was like, oh, let's put
In
that
the
in.
song.
And then in Overdrive, we did it twice. Or we did it in Overdrive, and then we also put it at the end of the
We
album.
gotta hide it better. We gotta hide it.
So we could put it in multiple times if we wanted to.
Yeah.
We just gotta hide
But
it.
we
It's gonna
all-
be,
yeah.
there's gonna be one in every song,
That would be annoying.
or there's gonna be none at all. Ooh, mystery.
It'll be like 20 minutes at the end of the last track. Except this album is going to have like a song that's going to be like after the album. It'll be like, din, 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 we would like to thank these Patreons. List them right now. And then we like,
Frank.
and then every once in a while we break to a chorus. We'd like to thank them Patreons.
Mary. Joseph.
You think we're joking, but no, this is happening.
Gregory Peg.
Have you not? If you're a patron, you know this is
Federico,
happening.
El Mito, El Beto.
You're gonna be immortalized. This is your chance
John Williams.
to be immortalized.
Oh, Natalia was in the chat. She said, or they said, sorry, didn't mean to assume. It was any item, survival items too. Yeah.
Oh, survival items too? Oh, okay.
GPS.
Nothing
A
but
crossbow, a piano,
And a pallet full of MREs.
and a bunch of strings, I think. A crossbow, piano, and a bunch of strings.
Why is none of these to get off the island?
I'm on this island. I like it. I'm stoked to be on this island
Okay.
with a piano and a crossbow and a bunch of strings.
Don't have to dance around and entertain people anymore.
No, just entertain myself forever.
just read books.
I can't. I don't have any books. So I've got a piano and a crossbow.
A Leaf asks, fabricated blue sounds great. Where did it come from? And are there any plans to develop it into a full song? It came from me. And I think that's it.
Well,
And not so far.
when a man loves a woman, you write a new song.
Oh, you're trying to do Birds and Bees.
Yeah.
Where new songs come from.
I was trying to get in there, but
Well, when a melody loves a lyric.
there we go.
And it finds a verse.
Oh,
Sometimes there's a bridge.
Are you gonna put it in an album?
I just,
It would just take the
it's
place.
been around so long. It's one of those. I feel like Quintessential. We did that. We had a lot of songs.
You're kind
Or I
of done.
did.
You don't want to rehash songs that probably don't mean as much to you
They don't
anymore.
mean as much because I've had.
Yeah.
I mean, I made that one like when I made like Wired Wrong and all. It's just so old now.
Yeah.
It's that.
It was a very different time too.
I mean, I've changed it. I've updated it, and I sing it on my acoustic streams with a new updated version with different lyrics that aren't as young David-y.
yeah.
I mean, maybe you'll make a recording of it
But
sometime.
that's how Quintessential
Never say
was.
never.
It was like I was just trying to get all these songs out that we already had that we just didn't ever commit to anything.
No.
And so I wasn't as passionate about them all.
I would say never say never. You never know.
Someday.
Maybe we would make because we don't know where we're going to be in 30, 40 years.
I think because where Steam Power Draft is
30
now,
years.
it's like, for the next album you get like 4 songs, so you do feel a little like it's not like we had to come out with the whole album. If I had to come out with the whole album by myself,
Based
then
on
I'd be
that,
like,
yeah.
I'd be digging. But 4 is like I can come out with 4 good songs every 2 years or so.
No.
Okay, 2 more questions, and one of them is Baby Capes again. But since they're not a patron, we'll read theirs now, so I don't read it next month.
You know what? Because it's such a good name, let's read them. Let's read them both.
Also, it's kind of a joke one, so
It's made us laugh twice. Like,
But mostly
numerous
we only
times.
take one per.
Yeah,
one
but
person.
like, I laughed like 4 times.
Yeah,
about
maybe this
Big
will
Capes.
encourage them to
I'm laughing inside.
Nice Crocs asks, David, is that your natural range? Or
Wait, where's Baby Cakes?
that's in the last one.
Or Baby Capes?
This is all about nice Crocs right now.
Okay.
Crocs.
Nice Crocs. Also good username.
David, is that your natural range, or did you have to train into one register or the other? No. Yeah, I think I was just born with a range. I think being able to use that range, you have to have a little bit of training, or at least practice.
For sure.
Yep.
Good answer.
I don't think anyone comes out of the womb being able to sing. I think you have to actually put some effort into it. A little bit.
Brian came out with
No,
it
when you
was-
come out of the womb, you know how to sing the best. You're like.
Well, other than Brian.
No, but like when you're a
But
baby,
you want to be able to sing correctly.
when you're a baby though, you're like it's like the most pure sound. Like you can go the loudest, you can go the furthest. Babies can scream all day long without getting hoarse, right?
Yeah, because
we learn how to like
their
we
vocal
learn
is
how to
nice and new.
yeah, exactly. They're fresh and they're also like going from a place of like that's all they know is like
Damn,
you know?
get that baby a cape.
But it's like so we like learn how to like not sing or like not how to do
Yeah.
properly.
We're born singing.
Ego.
But also, yeah, you want to be able to sing. I say correctly,
But
but
not like
you want to
melody.
sing
Yeah,
with
yeah.
a
For sure.
support and stuff
For
like
sure,
that.
yeah.
Because there's plenty of awesome singers who can't sing very long because they didn't do any training.
Yeah.
And it's not like, oh, there's a correct way to sing. I mean, but there is. We all have the same vocal voice basically.
for
so
sure.
you just want to have a little bit of that under your
Yeah.
belt.
Baby.
Okay. Baby capes. Second question. Do you all prefer to dine at Taco Bell or Del Taco?
Oh, my
Taco Bell.
goodness.
Taco Bell. I've tried Del Taco. It's okay. It's just not my thing.
Okay.
I mean-
So
Sorry.
do you want diarrhea?
No.
Taco Bell.
Okay.
If you don't want diarrhea, Del Taco.
I don't
Okay.
get.
Do you want flavor? Taco Bell. Do you want not flavor? Del Taco.
Look, Taco
So they're
Bell.
both bad.
Taco Bell cannot give you indigestion and stuff. You just have to. It's just how they prepare it. How crappy is the team working?
I'm gonna break it down like this: don't eat at either of those places unless you have absolute no choice and you only have $5 left, and then you can go to Del Taco and you can get 25 tacos for $5. That's the
Really?
only reason. No, but you can get a lot of tacos
Yeah,
for $5.
I mean, that's the whole
Only
thing.
reason
Is,
you can. Especially because we live in San Diego and we can go to a taco shop anywhere.
It's true.
Every corner is a taco shop.
Fast food, I always think it's cheap food, and that's what's good because it can feed poor people, and that's how I got through college. And
Taco shop, you can get a bean and cheese burrito, which is cheap for like $3.
Yeah,
and like that's the same price
true.
you can get something at Taco
I'd
Bell.
like to
I don't know,
retract-
for 99 cents you can get.
Yo, I know
get
that's
a
what
lot.
I'm saying.
Goes a
But
lot.
What did I say? If you have $5, you can go to Del Taco and get like
True.
10 tacos. Like
Yeah, no,
legit.
when I moved into an apartment-
I've done that when I've had like a week of like I don't know where I'm gonna eat. I'm
Yeah.
like, well, I'm going to Del Taco. And I'm gonna taco for every half a day.
I had a gift card from moving into a new apartment.
No.
And since I was the one that did all the lease and stuff, I got it and it was $100, and I spent it pretty much at Taco Bell exclusively, and it
Yeah.
lasted me like 2 months.
Yeah.
And it was literally like maybe dinner like a few times a week.
Uh-huh.
And of course it was all like, Taco Bell's crap. But I want to retract that statement. Taco Bell is actually one of the healthiest fast food restaurants now.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Gross.
I mean, it's still fast food. But they have lots of options that are not terrible anymore.
I like Taco Bell.
And they got rid of their kids meal because they don't want to promote that. So they're trying to do
That's cool.
as good as they can for a fast food place, and that's what they're trying to do.
Plus, their hot sauces are hilarious.
And also, it probably isn't good for you, but you should have a Crunchwrap Supreme once in your life.
Eat what you want. If you want to eat fast food, just make sure you're
But I would say Del Taco because I don't feel
eating.
I haven't had it in years, but even though they're not good.
I haven't had a Del Taco in a long
cardboard
time.
taco. Yum.
I'm not saying like, I mean, you can eat whatever you want, but like, look, like good food is good food and bad food is bad food.
Yeah.
And Taco Bell is filled with bad food.
It is cheap
Like,
though.
I don't
Cheap
know.
as
It is
hell.
really cheap.
I don't know. Those chalupas pretty good.
Those aren't the cheap stuff. Well, it is pretty cheap.
What's a
considering.
chalupa? It's a fried taco.
It's almost like a pita bread.
Yeah, it's like a pita bread thing.
taco.
Weird.
Or unless that's a gordita, I can't remember.
They're
Yeah.
pretty much everything's pretty much the same. You just how it
But they have that
packaged.
burrito that's wrapped in that's a quesadilla. It's like it's a
Yeah,
burrito.
but a lot of places have that. Like you can go to Trujillo's and get burrito quesadilla.
Which I did.
But does it cost $3?
Oh yeah. Oh, speaking of Mexican food, did you go to Senor Burro's?
Yes.
What'd you think?
Oh, look at that face.
Not good.
Really?
Super greasy.
What, yours was
and
greasy?
pricey.
Really?
Yeah.
$9 for a California burrito.
Oh no, thank you.
Did you go to it?
And
No,
it was
no.
super greasy.
No.
Like
Why not?
like
Oh,
well, now I'm not going. For
Like
sure.
greasy?
It
Really?
tasted good for a second, and then when we all got California burritos, so
Uh-huh.
the Penny X and I,
Huh.
and yep, not good.
I didn't get mine. Wasn't very greasy.
I mean, maybe it was I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, I can
been
only
in
say
there.
what we
But-
had, but we all felt like our stomachs were killing us afterwards
no,
because
no.
we're just not used to that much grease. To be fair, like I had to put myself in because we're used to like I can't remember. There's one that's the one down here by Anthony's.
Yes,
That place really good,
I've had a couple times.
but
nothing-
this is like it's so greasy.
Yeah.
Like the burrito's just dripping.
I liked it.
And
I don't know. Maybe
What'd you get?
I think just I can't remember one of their specials, but
I didn't try it, so.
I like the it adds all the meat tastes. Oh, I you know what I had? I had the Tijuana tacos and which is excellent. It wasn't greasy at all,
Nice.
and it was I don't know.
I
It was
feel like
really
getting
tasty.
a burrito is like the trial run for a place. Like
Yeah,
if you can do a burrito
Salsas.
good,
Yeah.
then because it's not that hard,
Yeah.
but not. Good. I don't know. I kind of when I had it, I was like, is this what it's supposed to be? Like, have I just been eating really not greasy Mexican food? But I think it was just bad. Whatever we got. I don't think we'll be going back, even if they do.
Do
have
they
other
cook to
stuff.
order? Like, do they like chop up your meat and cook it up right then?
I don't know.
or was
Chelsea,
it like
Chelsea got it on
sitting
her
in
way.
a
Yeah.
sitting in a vat? Like
It looked nice. It looks
Yeah.
nice inside. It looks like super clean. The people were nice and friendly.
that's a good trick for like carne asada though. It's like especially carne asada because it gets real chewy when you reheat it. It's like if they're not cooking it right then and there, you're gonna have a bad time.
I don't know. Maybe you would have it and say, "Oh, this is delicious," but
Don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. There's a balance between.
I thought it was
delicious
good.
and
I
something that's
didn't.
gonna-
I wasn't disgusted in the slightest, and I've eaten it really greasy, crappy.
Yeah,
Well, maybe we
you
just
know.
got.
Yeah, I don't know.
Order.
maybe.
And my girlfriend really likes their special one that has like their special white sauce. I don't know. She
Oh,
said it was
wow.
amazing, and I'm like, okay, I'll have to get it next time.
I don't think I'm too picky, but yeah, this was bad.
Oh well.
I'll try it. I'll be the judge.
Tons
Is that was that the last
Tiebreaker.
question?
Yes, there's no more questions.
So we got a game here. I just want to do
There's
a
no more
couple of
questions
these.
this month. We'll have others.
We did these for one of our Patreon chats, and I don't know, they're kind of cool. So this is a would you rather questions. Okay, guys.
All right.
Would
break
you
it down.
rather the aliens that make first contact be robotic or organic?
Organic, but also that also plays into like, does that mean they're carrying disease? Are our disease going to kill them? Like War of the Worlds?
I
These
think
are good
that's-
questions.
Well, I think if they traveled all the way over here, I think they'd be able to test our atmosphere to see. I don't know, but the diseases in
I
general.
think
I don't know.
My thoughts are it's more likely they would be robotic because they wouldn't be acclimated to our. So they would send a robot first.
Now, do
Maybe
you
like
think-
what
well-
we do.
But now, are we talking like sentient robotic? Are we talking about just like robotic, like automated?
Probably like a remote control type thing.
I-
However that technology works for them.
I'd say that that's probably the most likely way that
Yeah.
we'd make contact is something like an automated machine comes through
Yeah.
and like smashes into us. If that's not the case, and it's something that is like sentient and or organic, and it's like over us and has traveled all the way over here, then I don't think it's going to be good for anybody. I don't.
Unless they're just maybe
honestly,
they're just
I
researchers.
Maybe. I just doubt it. I just doubt that it's
Well,
gonna be a
I
good
always imagine
situation.
like, okay, so first the churches are going to say, "Oh, it's the devil" or something, and like, but come on, you can see it. It's flying.
Yeah.
It's not from this world.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's like why do they come over here? Like, do they come over here for? They probably came over.
What if we don't
for
know?
resources?
If
resources.
realistically, that they can also speak our language would be impossible unless somehow they're studying.
agreed.
So
Agreed.
and
Unless
they
they were-
probably couldn't communicate with us through body language or anything like that. Because look at animals
If-
on Earth, we
if-
can barely understand them.
If they were peaceful, we probably wouldn't even be able to comprehend them. You know, like because they'd probably be so advanced
Yeah.
that we wouldn't understand
That
what
they
we were
wouldn't
looking
even
at.
visit us.
Well, it would either be like we'd only see parts of them because they exist in different dimensions. You know,
Maybe.
like we don't know how their bodies would work. They could be
Yeah.
made of silicone. You know, like we don't.
I feel they would find us too. I feel like humans
primitive,
are
yeah.
evil. We're very selfish. You know what I mean?
We
We're not.
are.
We're not.
I mean, animals are in general, but like they probably see us like we see. Oh, animals are so
We haven't.
birds eat other birds, and you know what I mean. They
We
probably
always-
see us.
It's
that
always
way.
like Star Trek and all that. You have to like reach. You have to reach a point when you're not a destructive force, and
Well,
that's
because-
hard to.
because even though some of us want to, we're not born with the innate ability
No.
to just think of ourselves as a collective.
No.
And I think that is the next logical step for like intelligence is like
Well, yeah.
is when you're just inherently like not selfish.
Yeah, this is
there's-
like you work on building the world.
Yeah,
world building.
There's
instead
been
of-
that. Like, it's in a lot of sci-fi stuff, but the whole thing where basically the universal religion becomes science. And like in bettering everything,
bettering
like
the environment,
that's
yeah,
our new
for
religion,
sure.
or just
It's
it's a
like-
collective of everything.
It's kind of insane that it's not at that point. Like, it's insane to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, why do we even have the United Nations? Like, why does that even exist? Like, what do you do? Like, what are you even doing? Like, you don't do nothing. Y'all don't do nothing.
It's probably better.
You
than
ain't helping
it's
nobody.
probably better than nothing. But
Like,
it probably,
yeah,
it
you're
probably
right.
doesn't get as much.
It's better than nothing, but it's like, yo, like, why are we not on the same page right here?
We get born into we come out screaming and crying. We're still a pathetic animals, you
I
know?
know,
Like
yeah.
we care
But we're-
about survival
Yeah.
first and foremost,
I
just
know.
as an instinct.
And
So,
we're so much stronger together, but we're not like. But it needs to be small collectives, I guess. It's like a small collective. It's
Gotta-
like the giant
Yeah.
collective is like too big for people to think about.
we don't have any. There's
And it won't
no
work.
life on Earth that says that. So maybe it's not even possible. Maybe
I think it's just
maybe we are as good as it gets.
we just had to keep.
And that's kind of depressing.
I think we have to keep instilling kindness in our children and stuff. That's
For sure.
because that ripples out and it creates people that are more, I don't know, compassionate, and that has an effect. So like, be kind.
Yeah.
That's why being nice is like the best thing you can do.
No.
Be kind to your other humans. We share this earth. Yeah, seems cheesy,
But a pessimist would say there will always be people that take advantage of nice people.
I mean, that's all we can hope for is that the majority will eventually,
But here's the bottom line of humanity is that someone always will either think that or will do that. You know, it's like someone, no matter like how like comfortable we all get, someone's always gonna be like, well, that person's not gonna do it. That person's like, then I'm not gonna do it. Like, if I don't do it, then he's not gonna do
Yeah.
it. Like, you know, there's always like there's always a weak or the weak link in the chain. You know?
I don't think aliens are going to visit us. It's really no point. It's like we have our own ecosystem here. We're basically fending for ourselves.
That's what I'm saying. If they
Like-
visit here, they're coming for our resources.
They don't have any reason to visit. Like,
Plus, there's probably
Unless-
probably tons of planets that are like ours. Maybe.
if they want
Maybe,
to help, maybe
maybe.
they'll help
Maybe
us.
not.
Like in like the Arrival or whatever. Like maybe they'll help us. Like we help animals or try to help animals. Like, but who knows?
No,
But another thing to keep in mind is villains don't know they're villains. You know what I mean?
for sure.
Yeah.
Some do, but
No.
some think they're doing the right thing.
No.
It's all a matter of perspective. Just look at any argument with friends or family. You can just see like none of these people think they're wrong.
No.
You know what I mean? So that's just how you can.
It's just, I
extrapolate on
mean,
it.
the galaxy is, I mean, the universe is so huge and there's so many different galaxies. It's just like,
It's a waste of space, as Jodie Foster said in Contact.
It's just a
it's just
waste
it's
of space, Mr. Lecter.
It's just your father at the end of the day. Father on a desert island planet.
Okay, here's the next one. That was good. Would you rather lose the ability to read or lose the ability to speak and sing?
The ability to read,
Yeah, for
for
sure.
sure. I'd rather communicate
sure.
than
Then read,
even
for
though
sure.
I'm not like a social person. Like
That would be kind of hard because then, with video games, you'd just be like, I don't know what to do anymore.
Yes. No, you would. You press the button, square button.
Well-
Square button, blue button.
Yeah, I guess
Well,
you're
you-
right.
you can't really-
Because there's actually some people that can't. Reading is really hard because.
But that's the
of
thing is like
whatever.
if we're talking about illiteracy, like if somehow we were back in the days of pirates and stuff,
It wouldn't
and
be
people-
illiteracy.
and most people
Yeah.
couldn't read and write.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
But they got around fine.
but we have all the
Yeah, I think
resources
that-
in the
Look,
world to
I'm
learn now.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this right now. There's people who can't read who hold like good jobs, and live in.
I think I know the
in
answer
big
to
cities,
this next one, but would you rather have a golden voice or a silver tongue? I would say golden voice because I'm not the kind of person that would feel comfortable manipulating people.
Yeah.
And like if you were good at a silver tongue, you could be like the next president of the United States. If you're really good at like moving crowds of people and stuff.
So one of us needs to be a silver.
Well, I don't
tongue.
think What does silver tongue doesn't also give you intelligence? Just because you can sway people to your motive it means you still have to plan your motive.
It's still a very
True.
powerful
you have to know
gift
how
to have.
you have to understand how society works and stuff, so that
You could do anything though. Like it doesn't matter. Like if you're good at
Well, do you want to
Swaying
have
people,
You
you
can
could
either be
do-
a mouthpiece for someone else's ideas, or you have a tool that sounds good.
exactly as a creative
Golden
person,
voice.
golden voice.
Golden voice.
Um,
Sure.
Next one. Would you rather be covered in fur or covered in scales?
fur.
Now, we're already kind of covered in fur. Like thick fur. Like what kind of fur are we talking
but
about?
here's the big thing. Do you want to shed every week?
Like fur
month.
or
No,
scales?
scales.
Yeah, like you're touching.
That's way different than.
But like, are we like? So if everyone's got furs and everyone's got scales, then like, is it like a battle between people? Like, is then like the advantages?
I think this is like you woke up one morning and you're the only one with scales.
I think I would want to go to want scales, but does that mean my blood is cold? I don't think. Are there warm-blooded lizards? There's probably a couple.
You'd have a lot. There's just so many.
Yeah, I think scales.
Changing from a mammal to something else is like. I mean, there probably are mammals with scales, but aren't they called?
There
are mammals with scales.
And
What's that one called?
It's okay. So it's purely just aesthetic.
I don't know what it's called.
It's purely aesthetic, except for the fur, which is going to trap heat.
Aesthetic.
The scales actually say that they'll give you like more armor. Like they'll actually
that's
give
what
you.
I'm talking
But
about.
what about
Like-
having to shed?
I mean, what if
you
it does?
would.
What if you don't? I mean, I don't know. Oh, you're right. You have to because your skin couldn't. Yeah, okay.
But
what's that? I don't know. That'd be kind of cool.
so like,
I wouldn't mind.
Could I pick like chinchilla fur?
Yeah, like the soft.
Real soft stuff. That'd be
Nope,
nice.
matted poop-filled monkey fur. That's what I wouldn't want is a furry butt because boy, that would be the worst thing.
Most butts aren't furry. They're less furry. There's probably still
for
hair
a
down
reason.
Would you rather be in jail for a year or lose a year off your life?
there. A year off my life.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, that's another thing. Is that's assuming that you. So how long you're gonna live is already figured out.
Yeah, that's not a very.
If
good
I go
one.
and jump off a building tomorrow, does that mean I died last year?
But either way, losing a year of your life would be much better than sitting a year in prison.
Yeah,
Because you're not only you're not only losing that year, but you're also being manipulated and like
So
tortured.
I'm
for a
sure
whole
some
year.
people would who have been to jail would be, yeah, I'd lose a year of my life. Would you rather always be 10 minutes late or always be 20 minutes early?
Well, I'm always 10 minutes late, so
I'm usually always 20 minutes early. Well, not all the time, but
I mean,
that's a dumb question. I don't really like that one.
yeah.
Would you rather have one real?
I'd rather be on time.
Okay, here's one. Would you? This is a good one. Would you rather have one real get out of jail free card, basically commit a crime and get away with it, whatever
Wait,
that is?
What if it's not one that goes to jail? What if you're on death row or something?
No, like any crime.
So I can just murder someone?
It's commit any crime and get away with it.
Oh,
Yes.
right. Yes.
Or a key that opens any door.
Okay, hold on. The
Oh.
get out. Okay, so the crime one, does that also cure the stigma of people who know that what you did? Because that's not worth
You
it.
get away with it.
How do you get away with it? Do you want? Okay, do we want to be O.J. Simpson?
No. It's not. People
I don't
cannot.
know. He seems kind of
Here it
happy
is.
every
You
time
can-
I see him. He's like, "Hey guys, like it's all like
You
I'm-
can. It basically people don't see you. You could walk right into that bank. No one's gonna see you.
So it's not just you
If you-
killed 12
if
people,
you-
but
yeah.
you got this get out of jail
No,
free
no,
card.
No. It's It's like they
It's
can't
magic.
see what's happening.
It gets erased from. Okay.
Yeah, it gets erased from.
And now the key that opens one door.
Oh,
No,
any door.
any door.
Any door.
What doors are locked?
So I would take the
Every
key.
door is locked.
Does that count for safes?
It's
as
okay.
well?
Yes.
It's
Yes,
a
it
magic
does.
key that you wave in front of locks, or it looks like a key, so it could go
It
into
can
any
open
lock,
any lock.
and it can open digital locks.
Okay, 'cause,
everything.
yeah,
it
that's
can
what I'm saying.
it can do passwords on computer. I'm gonna do the key.
Why though?
Because
so you commit
you
a
can-
crime?
No,
Because what else would you do with it?
I was like, I want money.
It's just no, because it's like a nice thing to have.
Yeah. Well, no. Okay. So getting into a place that you're not supposed to be
Or getting out of a place that you're in a tough situation, being able to turn on any car
You see-
that's in the
But
area.
can anyone else just steal the key, or is it like or does your finger like turn into it? So,
Okay, fine. You're right. It's part of you.
so then
a
you're abducted
bioorganic-
by people. So
Yeah.
you're used in crimes.
Yeah, so it's like you're like
Either way, you're doing
like
crimes with
you're
that
like
key.
You're like Wolverine, and
It'd be nice to have one person with each.
it's like Wolverine, and the keys come out of your
Yeah. Like okay,
or
we
like
can-
RoboCop. It's like the
Okay, two of us have keys, so two of us can open doors, and one of us can.
has to get out.
the perfect crime.
So one of us has to go down, and the other two can get away with it.
Okay, would you rather know the history of every object you touched, or be able to talk to animals?
Animals,
No, the
for
history
sure.
one for sure.
Why?
Why? Because there's so many things lost to old civilizations.
What would
Where
you-
an animal, their life is so simple. They have nothing to say.
to everything you touch. So you'd be like, oh, the factory. Oh, factory in Mexico.
Yeah,
Oh,
but I
my
can go-
goodness. Oh, factory in
I can go touch someone's clothes who died, and like they died here.
So
and then they
you
can have
you
clothes.
touch this and like the
Yeah, but I
the
could be
poor
like,
child workers.
but
or
I could be
whatever.
like, hey
So-
Crow, who killed this
You're
person?
constantly crying because you're just like everything.
Look,
everything is so bad.
If I'm gonna contribute to the world, I want to be able to solve mysteries, figure out how the ancient Egyptians built batteries and working
It's
lights.
not
You know what? I'm
You're-
figuring all that with animals because all the animals know all the secrets.
Hey, everyone. It's
It'd be
not
like, I like to poop and shit and eat.
It's not about who's right. It's about
Pooping and shitting is the same thing, but
it's not about. It's not about who's right.
But they love it so much they have to do it twice.
You have valid points. You don't need to yell and argue. You know, it's fine. I would talk to animals. I would talk to animals because personally, I think I would like to talk to my cat.
I only yelled because you're wrong. Because you're wrong.
You would go crazy. Everything you touch, you see the history of it. That means every step you take, you're like, oh my god, the history of this carpet.
Just because I touch something doesn't mean I have to. I have to think about
yes,
it.
it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
I don't think about the feeling of it. I just
Yes,
feel it.
it does. If you have
Yeah,
that power,
all
that's
right.
the power.
Look, Dr. Manhattan
Okay,
got
we're
it.
gonna
You
for-
got it under control.
Here's perfect. You have to talk to animals, and this is why. Would you rather be able to talk to land animals, animals that fly, or animals that live under the water? Land animals.
I'm gonna go animals with fly or animals under the water. Cause then I could be like, yo. Oh wait, no one else can talk to animals, so I can't pass on things. That would suck. I don't know now.
Yeah, I don't. I think land, just because I'm on land more. What about you, David?
So now we're pigeonholing that animal.
It's just a follow-up question. What, land, sea, or air animals?
I guess land.
Yeah.
Because
You're on land.
to
a
talk
lot.
to a sea animal, you'd have to go to what? It would be harder to
Sea.
get
And
to
yes,
them.
what about seals? Sometimes they're on land.
Now, is it telepathic? Because
The minute they
here's
go in the
thing.
water, they go away. So
But like, it would eliminate all my fear unless I'd be like, "Hey, shark, don't eat me." And he's like, "No, I'm gonna eat you."
Most
anyway."
animals.
yeah, just because you can talk to it doesn't mean he's going to
I don't
change.
care what you say. I'm gonna
Most
eat you.
animals don't have language, so yeah, it'd probably have to be telepathic.
Yeah, they would be so freaked out. Every time you talk to them, they'd be like they wouldn't understand. They wouldn't be able to comprehend.
What if they could though?
Think about a snail. A snail has just enough brain to be able to exist. It can't understand
No.
happiness.
I
It
mean,
doesn't
if you're
know-
talking to a snail, you basically can control the snail.
I mean, I guess, but
Yeah, like,
but it
I'm
doesn't.
sure
It
that
doesn't
would-
have it doesn't have a brain to be able to understand.
You don't know
things.
that because you've never talked to a snail.
Okay,
You
moving
see
on
it.
from the animals.
It's more like
You know what? Why don't you touch it and then figure out where it
I
came
want to
from?
get some of these good ones. Would you rather spend the rest of your life on a sailboat, or as your home, or an RV as your home?
RV.
RV. I don't want to be on a
Yeah,
boat. You know how
gross.
much maintenance that would be?
Oh man,
I mean, an RV could
you'd
break
be
down
sick
too.
all the time.
Well, that's easy.
I mean, just also like it would decay. It wouldn't last very long.
What, a sailboat?
Yeah, you'd have to keep. You have to. You
Well,
have
yeah,
to
you
upkeep
gotta
it.
upkeep. You gotta upkeep the RV too.
It's true, but I feel like something in water is gonna.
Oh yeah.
Whatever.
Oh, it'd be nauseous.
RV.
You live on a sailboat? That's a tiny thing
Plus
to live
RV,
on.
you could take it
Like
on a tour. Or
a
something.
giant yacht, maybe. That might be a different situation.
If it can be like more like one of those
like a
touring
yacht,
buses, that'd be
yacht with a
good.
full crew. What's up, man? That'd be dope.
Where's this money coming from?
I don't know.
They've dedicated their lives to
To this
sailing wherever you
yacht,
want.
to this yacht that they love so much, and
they
I am
really
the
like
Capitan that they also love
They're
so
all
much.
starving and hungry. Like we love the yacht. It has to be here.
Yeah,
24/7 for Brian.
yeah, you can have the scraps of my string cheese. Yeah.
I used to have a wife, but then this yacht came and I had to just serve on it.
Okay, so
They're my yachtmen.
would you rather have unlimited international first-class tickets or
To what?
local
Oh,
airplane tickets or
Yes,
whatever,
yes.
or never have to pay for food ever again?
Never have to pay for food. Wait, why would you? Why? So one's about. Do you want to be able to travel for free?
Uh-huh.
Because the traveling ends at the
You're
travel.
right. You would save
And then
a
you have
lot
to-
more money
then
if you could just.
Yeah, you could save enough money on food to go and travel. Because the
yeah.
traveling, you could get places, but then when you get there, you still have to pay for hotels, food,
true.
stuff like
We
that.
still got to pay for hotel. Food is the only thing
And
you have
guess
to pay
what?
for.
Guess what?
What?
If you don't have to pay for food, you'll save money. You get the plane tickets. You go somewhere else. You still don't have to pay for food.
Oh man.
And also, you could just go and grab a bunch of food and open your own restaurant because it's free. You never have to pay for it again. Wait, how do they?
It's all profit.
Yeah. How do we turn this into a factory? That's what these powers are all about.
Would you rather be forced to dance every
Oh,
time
no,
you
any luck you want. Commit any crime once.
Would you rather be forced to dance every time you heard music, or be forced to sing along to any song you heard?
Wait. A dance, because I don't know how to dance, so I think dancing would be nice.
But it doesn't give you skill to dance.
I can do that already.
No, but you're forced.
You have to dance.
If you're in the DMV and there's some music playing,
But then if you're in the DV and you're singing along,
you have to watch the video version to see the dance that David and I were doing. It's like, that's our white person dancing.
but I think it's worse. I think it's worse if you're singing. You're singing along in there. That's way more annoying.
But
like at least the dancing, you'd be like,
what if
poor
it's just-
soul. He's just a dancing.
And people
fool.
might just be like, yeah.
Yeah, but every song you have to sing like poorly. Like you have to sing.
Wait, does it say
Houston.
poorly?
Oh, what? No, but you don't get skills.
It doesn't increase
Is
You
it
just
kinda
have
like-
to sing along with
is
it.
it kind of like Liar Liar, where you can kind of force yourself to whisper in the DMV line, like somebody once told me.
Okay, so here's a. Would you rather 5% of the population to have telepathy, or 5% of the population to have telekinesis? You are not part of the 5%.
Cool. So I don't
hate
know if I
this.
want crimes of people moving shit with their mind.
Telepathy,
Yeah, but
because then people would understand
They could read you,
each
man.
other.
people
yeah.
better, and they would understand me better.
They would probably go and start their own
people,
cult.
because there'd be like if you could understand what people are thinking,
You'd
like-
find someone who is the one of the 5%, and you'd be like, "Be my friend," so I never have to worry about explaining things. To you.
exactly. You never. It would. There would be like so much peace on the planet.
Would there, or would there be just turmoil?
There would be turmoil
You'd
too.
be like, I've seen too much. I've read your thoughts.
But
No!
Wouldn't we if our democracy worked, wouldn't we just elect people of that 5% because they can sympathize with people, they can see thoughts.
But
Yeah.
what if they wouldn't? What
It would
if
take.
they
It would take time.
be-
There would
could be
be.
worse.
Because they can. They
What
might
if
not
they
want to.
can they control minds?
No,
No.
that would be more telekinesis.
It's just reading. I mean,
Telekinetic would be dope.
But then
telekinetic.
Just
you'd
for,
have- then you'd
just
have-
for me to have.
But then how do you solve a crime of like that knife just flew out? How would you trace it back?
you wouldn't.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
let's not even go down that path.
But it'd be so much fun.
Oh my gosh.
That knife just threw out of the kitchen. I don't know who did it. Are you one of the 5%? Huh?
Yeah, but what if
Am I?
one of the 5% was your friend, and then he would make you fly around like you fly around.
That
fly
movie
out-
was called. What was that movie called? It starts with a C. You know, the one where it's like handheld footage and it's the kids.
Oh, yeah,
superpowers.
yeah.
It was actually not as bad as I thought it would be.
Yeah, that was pretty good. My friend once told me, he's like, if I ever get superpowers, like just kill me immediately because the power would be too much. I would. He told me that.
Really?
Yeah, I was like,
How?
all right.
How? When he's invincible, how are you gonna do it?
Exactly. He's like, do it now. It's like, it's like the minute that I move something with my mind, you got to do it. right then and there. Otherwise, it's game over. I will be evil. He
Really?
told me that.
Okay, let's do this as the last one since
Okay.
we're almost out of time.
Ready.
Would you rather wake up as a new random person every year and have full control of them for the whole year, or once a week spend a day inside a stranger without having any control of them?
Oh, they're both terrible.
I know.
I'm gonna go in with the stranger because I think the social experiment would be enough for me.
Yeah, I think the second one, because the first one is like there might be a chance that you might have. Oh, I'm a rich person. I can go see what this is like.
Yeah.
Yeah, the second one, just because if you don't like the person, you're stuck as them for
For a whole
year.
year, and then
Yeah.
what about your own identity? You'd basically be no one.
You'd be no one. Yeah.
And
You
the what?
know.
The stranger for a day? Is that it? A day?
Every week.
Wait, but
Every week, once
oh,
once
that's
a week.
that's a lot. That might drive you crazy. Here's
They both will drive you crazy.
but you have a year to live a life. Like
Okay.
every year and like no consequences. Like so you might like halfway through it you might go to prison, but you'll wake up the next year. Oh, I don't know. What if you wake up the next year someone in
Yeah.
prison, worse in prison? I don't know.
That'd be worse.
Yeah.
That'd be bad. Or you wake up with someone who has like a drug habit and they're kicking it, or
Yeah.
You have to experience so many things that,
Oh.
or someone is dying. What if they
Yeah.
die and then you wake up a year after
What
they
if
die?
you wake up as the president?
I feel
Ah.
like even once a week you can be like, I don't have to move. I probably don't feel their fatigue, maybe.
Yeah.
Or maybe you do.
I declare today free ice cream day.
And if they don't, do they know that you're in there? Because if they don't, then it's kind of just.
They know.
They do?
And they write the memoir about
This bad was
the crazy person in my head. It's just like,
There's like a
Just
there's
like
like
Ben
a,
Affleck going.
What if that person
on
about
the
it?
cover? What if that person dies or something? Are you
Then
stuck
you
in there?
no, you get back. You go back.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
stranger. I guess so. That'd be insane though.
Because you could work up to it every single week. It'd be
Yes,
like
yeah.
you treat it as a job.
Yeah.
It would be the worst job ever and doesn't pay.
Okay, so here's my last question for you guys. Let's go back to the lunch machine. Okay, so who's
Lunch machine. Explain that for our listeners who don't listen to every
lunch
podcast.
machine is you can go and have just lunch with any person from history or time, space, whatever that you want, just for the meal until the meal's over. And then anywhere you want. But here's the stipulations on it for this time. What's a person you really want to meet?
No one.
No one?
No, not really.
What about you, Brian?
Chris Farley.
So, here's the option. You can have lunch with Chris Farley, but you'll have to eat living animals the entire time, and you'll be forced to do it. Your body, you don't have any control of your body. You're just gonna shove live crabs and snails.
So basically,
into your face.
and you're
or you can be the lunch, and you get eaten by Chris Farley and yourself.
I'm going with the live animals bit because I think it would look hilarious, baby.
But so basically, you're this thing.
And
you
I
pick
don't
someone,
wanna get eaten
You pick
alive.
someone to basically be tortured with you.
Yes. No, but Chris Farley's totally into it.
What?
They act like, oh, can you hand me some of those watercress sandwiches? And he just takes a pile of like live ants. And
Oh
just-
yeah, for sure that one then for sure. Come on with Chris Farley. Come on, that'd be amazing. Like,
Well,
I want to get down on this rabbit.
I think he was a very troubled soul. Have you seen
Yeah.
the?
Oh, I know.
Have you watched the?
I haven't
I
watched
know.
it yet.
Have you watched
But like
the documentary?
I mean, look, man, drugs and stuff like that will put you in a weird place.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Chris Farley. So I'm sure it's the answer. For
So
sure.
I'm just saying he probably wouldn't be that way if you were having an intimate moment with him.
Have you ever had lunch with like a troubled soul or like a it's like with a comedian like that?
Well, sure.
He'd be nothing but on. He'd be nothing but
Yeah.
on the entire time. It's not like we're sitting in a room with him after a night of drinking. Like when like he's getting depressed and stuff like that. It's like no, we having lunch together. Like Chris Farley would
I guess
1,000%
it's more
be on.
because since he's dead, it would almost be like, you're bringing him back to life just for that one thing. I feel.
Yeah.
He wouldn't know.
But he wouldn't know that. It would just be kind of like
Yeah.
you take him.
I can't
Yeah.
do that.
Out
I
of a
can't do
specific
that to
point in his
Chris
life.
Farley.
Look, man. Look, he may have had troubles, but you don't think that he loved life?
No,
Like,
I
you don't
didn't
think
say that. I was
Chris
just
Farley
saying-
like loved
I was just
to
saying
live?
that
Like,
the first thing he does, the first thing he wants to do when he comes back to life is not to have lunch with someone he doesn't know.
and eat live
Yeah, I'm
animals.
just that's where my brain.
Otherwise, you'd spend the lunch explaining what the hell's going on.
So you'd rather have him eat me? Is that better?
it's just
None of
like
these options are great.
it's just this little crab with O'Brien face.
Help me!
All right. Well, what a fun time. Are we gonna outro because you unplugged the mic?
I unplug it just for until we play.
Thanks for
Oh.
joining us on our very questionable. Like literally, we had a lot of questions. That doesn't make sense. Never mind. I'll see myself out. Yeah. Thanks for joining us for another all-new Bennettarium. You have listened to the all-new Bennettarium.
Wait! Come to our show August 3rd, La Jolla, California.
Oh yeah, La Jolla,
Please.
California.
It's at the
Come out to
Mandeville
do the
Theater,
show.
UCSD, August 3rd. That's
Yeah.
Saturday. Starts 6 p.m. We still got tickets. It's the only show that we have some value tickets for. So if you ain't got much money and you want to bring a lot of people, we got value tickets.
We got value tickets.
They're
And
value. They're like
Valuable.
they're the cheapest.
We want you to
tickets
come
we've
to
ever
this
had.
show. Come to our show, and also be sure to pre-order those 2-cent show vinyls if you haven't already.
You seen it, Brian?
Sure.
Okay.
I made a decision for you, I guess.
It was a podcast from Steam Power Giraffe. It's the Bennettarium. Yeah, we asked ourselves some questions and we got real deep and personal with each other. Man, it's the Bennettarium. Hot dog. Oh, sorry, that's your line. Bennettarium. And I guess that was done.
You took it away from me. You took it away.
I'll take it away every time. In your life, I'll take it all away. I wanted to live one day in your life, and that was it. Oh, boy.
Okay. Thanks for
Oh.
joining us, Patreon patrons and Engineer Tears, and listeners on your podcast device.
See you next month.
Adios.
Bye, guys.